I already reviewed this once, and for some reason it came out sideways, so I'm going to review it again. Sounds of the Mushroom Kingdom by James Raggi. Beneath the earth, under a subterranean sun, is a realm of ambulatory toadstools, scheming and machining and machinating and living their cute little toadstool lives. Sometimes they explore the surface. So this was a book that was sold at Gen Con. It was a Gen Con exclusive, which was very frustrating to those of us in Europe who had to have a friend pick it up for us. That we, us loyal people in Europe who can't get this book unless a friend picks it up for us. There. So anyway, this is material that was originally going to be in the referee's guide, but instead was published separately. So it's a whole bunch of mushroom monsters in their little mushroom houses. And you can, the mushroom men each have their own power, and you can get that power by eating them. And if you eat two in the same day, there's a random table of what the results are. It's like taking 2 potions at once. So, one of the things about James Raggi, I must admit, I like to do this too, to play with the English language a bit. So, in his Rules and Magic book, he makes the plural of dwarf be dwarfs, not dwarves. We have leaf and leaves and shelf and shelves, but he wants to make the plural of dwarf be dwarfs. So in this book, he makes the plural of man be mans. So there's a bunch of mushroom men, and each kind of mushroom man has a different power, and then if you eat part of one of these mushroom men, you get a random power. So the black mushroom men can cast spells. The blue mushroom men have additional hit dice. The powers you get are similar to the mushroom men. Green mushroom men, at the end of each round, heal all the damage if they're still alive. So if you eat them, you get healing powers. The gray mushroom men can walk on walls. Gray mushroom man does whatever gray mushroom man can. The purple mushroom men can speak with humans. The red mushroom men can move faster and have an initiative bonus. The white mushroom men use the next higher die type when making rolls for good luck. The yellow mushroom men don't have any particular abilities, but they're super chill. Then there's some monsters like the toadstool turtles, the bumble shrooms, the mushroom mantis, Professor Finkelfunkel, who studies the mushroom men. And here he is. There's the mushroom flytrap. The undead butterfly. And the undead caterpillar. A mushroom zombie. Some necrodelic effects. If you eat the undead zombie, what happens to you? Mushroom in mushrooms clothing. The moaners. The mushroom king. The mushroom. The great tumor. And then they have what happens if the player wants to play a Mushroom Man. So the way it basically works is if you're a player character Mushroom Man, then you have a patch of a different color. And if somebody eats that patch, they can get the powers of eating a Mushroom Man of that type. And you can eat yourself. And your hit dice size are random. When I had a player run one of these, I made him roll random for each level. So one time he got a D20, so he had lots of hit points. So there's a random color and what power you get from eating that patch of you. And so as you go up in level, if you get 2 patches of the same color, they're doubly powerful. But you could get multiple different color patches as you go up in level. So, Sounds of the Mushroom Kingdom, I highly recommend it, especially if you use it with Veins of the Earth. It was really interesting, and I barely used any of this when we were doing Underdark. If we'd lasted longer, they would have met more mushroom men of different types. And some of the mushroom monsters, but we didn't last long enough.